Hey ballers, welcome to These Balls Could Talk, the podcast that still doesn't give a flying fuck what Aaron Rodgers wants to play. This is Mark along with John and our producer Pete, and we're getting ready to discuss the latest in sports, tech, and pop culture. If you like what you see or hear, please like us or hit that subscribe button, or as only I really like to say, tickle that little bell.
Just Mark.
We welcome back. We welcome to the podcast for the first time our friend Matt Mazzola. What's going on, baseball?
Hello, Matt.
How's it going? I was gonna say I don't remember the last time. If I'm coming back to this, good. Everything's good.
Matt, you want to explain to everyone why? You want to explain to everyone why your nickname is baseball?
Oh yeah, no problem. So I'm in a kickball league with Mark. They don't like playing us. We'll just say it. They'll say that. But no. So back in 2017 was my rookie season. So it was my first night there. We just played our game, and they were looking for someone to head ref, because we ref each other's games. Mark's ref playing games himself. Yep. And I was like, "Oh, I can ref," and they're like, "No, you can't. This is literally your first night. You cannot ref. You don't know the rules." And I'm like, the rules are pretty much the same as baseball. I got this.
If it's your first night, you have to fight.
Yeah.
No, that's the wrong thing.
All right, kickball is not Fight Club.
Well,
and some of those guys are pretty competitive. I don't know about fight competitive, but
well, there have been fights in the league.
Yeah. There was a fight. There was a put in a championship game,
and we're allowed to talk about it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we weren't in the fight, so.
Yeah, we weren't in the fights.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, that'd be more interesting if you were in the fight.
Kickball Fight Club.
I think, Mark, I guess that's you're gonna have to try to get one of those guys on the pod sometime. Then
you're gonna have to petition for Kickball Fight Club. I think you guys should wear.
Yeah, I want to know. I want to know the moment to moment that went through their heads leading up to this fight, and then the fight itself. Like, what were they thinking?
Oh, they were thinking I didn't want you to score. You scored, but you kind of got really too close to me. Like there was a little pushing and shoving right there. It was just a lot of I guess just competitive. A little bit.
All right, John, how you been?
Sorry, I'm distracted. The Knicks are fucking up. They had the ball, and all of a sudden
it's on commercial break, John. It's on commercial break.
They had the ball, and all of a sudden Detroit has the ball, and they have a 3-pointer. Like, what's going on, guys? Stop fucking around.
I think you just described what's going on. Actually,
stop fucking around. Christ, I can't even with this team right now.
Right,
so
fine.
the Knicks are going on. That's what's going on. The Giants got Abdul Carter in the draft. I know we're going to talk about it, but I'm very happy. That's what I called last week because we don't need a quarterback just that bad.
Right, you got him in our mock draft simulator.
I was listening to reports literally all day about how the Giants were going to overcompensate for their small wieners, and I didn't want them to do that. That would have made me sad. And so I like this pick. This pick is good.
Abdul Carter is a pretty big wiener too.
I think Joe Shane's
this pick's like big dick energy right here.
Yeah, I think
right.
Giants now they just now swinging along a giant schlong right across the ground.
The D-line schlong is immense.
Listen,
for the Giants.
I want the days of the Giants beating the shit out of everyone and scoring like a little, but being like a really imposing defense. Like that's what it is. That's what it's been for a long time. So, but anyway, we're gonna get into that. I don't want to start talking about that just yet. Had ice cream today. I'm really enjoying Overwatch 2 Season 16 with the induction of Stadium, which is essentially Overwatch the RPG. Pete, you should play.
I should. Yeah, that'd be fun. And
Jamie and I played for like
this project
4 hours the last 2 days. Pretty much we go upstairs and we just play.
Wow.
But the players are catching up, and so they've been very, very good. So.
All right. Yeah,
so
I gotta hop on.
Let me catch. And 3 seconds left. The Knicks are up by 3. I think Jalen Brunson just got fouled. I don't know. Hopefully they just win this one and don't give me a fucking heart attack.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done. I'm done. What's going on, Mark?
All right.
Well, John, you took so much time that we don't have any time for the show anymore.
We have so much time.
All right, everybody, have a good night. Great episode.
What a debut for me, on here for a full 15 minutes here.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. Appreciate it. You were a huge asset to the show.
No prob.
So after we had Herson on last week, He convinced me to see Sinners, and he actually saw it for the second time with me. That's a really cool fucking movie. It's a little bit effed up in some respects, I think, but it was still a very good watch.
So I heard, and I didn't watch it yet, Mark, but I heard that Haley and Michael B. Jordan get a little nasty. So I wanted to ask Pete what Joshy kind of felt about that.
So, well, Josh is very...
And he was really supportive. He felt really good about it. He's like,
yeah,
I feel super great.
I think of all people, like Josh, he's very media polished at this. I mean, he's been QB for the Bills for 8 seasons now, so he's going to say all the right stuff. But I truly do think that he's very supportive. From what I've heard on the red carpet, he was like glowing. He was so proud of her. He said as much.
It was a very different role for Haley Steinfeld, and I was all for it because she usually plays the same character in a lot of the stuff that she does. Like Kate Bishop is very similar to Kate Bishop is very similar to what how she was like in Pitch Perfect. So I applaud the fact that she was able to do something a little bit out of her comfort zone. It's definitely not stereotypical Haley Steinfeld, and yes, there is kind of a nasty sex scene, but there's no nudity in it. Like it's but it was very vital to the plot too. So it's a good watch.
Well, I don't think it was.
Did you see it?
No, but I heard that Haley spit in MBJ's mouth, so you know.
Wow.
Oh,
hot
stuff.
All,
that just sounds like the definition of tasteful right there. What are you talking about?
Had that been reversed, then I think Josh Allen would have been upset.
So also, I heard, and we're maybe going to talk about Sinners for a little bit, but Ryan Coogler really put in a lot of Southern voodoo and hoodoo, a lot of like traditional ghosts and haints, and
it took place back in the 30s, which I actually didn't realize. I thought it was a little bit more modern.
Yeah, back at the time that everybody spoke like this now, see?
And there's actually a credit scene where they fast forward 60 years.
Whoa.
Worth a watch.
Okay.
No, I no. So voodoo, I do know a little bit about that. I know it's bad to take Jobu's rum. That's very bad right there. But I
love Ryan Coogler. I think he's a really brilliant director, honestly. So I'm excited. I'll probably see it. Honestly, though, I'll probably wait till it shows up on Max.
That's probably what we'll end up doing too, just because no time, kid. But I definitely want to watch it.
Pete, how are you?
Well, this project sucks. All right, let's go down with the show now. Actually, we had some nice though kind of breaks in the storm. So the weather's been getting a little bit nicer, and Liam loves going outside. So like just to hang out with him out there and just him exploring the backyard and stuff is a joy. Unfortunately, he does have a fever and is going to be homesick tomorrow. So I'm going to hang out with him in the morning. But another fun thing, though, is on Steph's day off, she took him to her job to say hi to people and show him off. And then she brought him over to my job. So,
ooh, fun.
Yeah. So Liam got to meet my bosses. He immediately runs into their office and is like, "What's that? What's that? What's that?" And starts grabbing stuff off the shelves and and then I don't know, drops something. He's like, "Oh," I'm like, okay, dude.
He's so fun. He's so fucking.
He loves his ohs. And I'm pretty sure he's now says a door when he wants you to open a door, or he sees a door and he wants to open it or close it. He's like, "A door?"
Okay.
So.
First of all, I whenever I see a door, I want to open it, and I'm probably much older than your kids. So I mean that's.
Yes. Do you announce though that there is a door there?
It depends if I want to build up, dramatic tension.
Okay.
Or something like that.
That's fair. I mean, he is a toddler, so dramatic tension is basically his MO.
Huh.
So I hear you.
Now, how long do you think you can keep getting away with oopsie or uh-ohs again? It's how many years did you have left?
I mean, he's really cute right now, so he gets away with a lot of it.
Yep.
But he also manufactures uh-ohs, which is a little bit scary. I've heard some toddlers go through this phase where it's like they will he'll literally take his cup or something and just chuck it across the room and then go uh-oh, and no, dude.
Yeah, it does.
So when an accident,
my cup just ended up over there.
So like when an accident actually happens, then we're like, okay, that's an uh-oh. Like you don't just say it willy nilly all the time. It's pretty funny.
You know, I'm waiting for Liam to say this special word. Ready?
Okay.
Ukka-pekka-lukinen.
Oh, we're gonna work on that one. I don't know how much longer he's gonna be a Saber. Honestly, he's been a little disappointing, which is too bad because I even found in my notes. Speaking of Ukka-pekka-lukinen, I found in my notes that I had something that during the Saber season, if they actually got good, which they didn't, I was gonna be like Ukka-pekka-lukinen saves a bunch of goals again, but I never had a chance to.
That never happened.
No, not this year.
What a shame. I think if you let them know that you were planning on doing that, they probably would have turned it around. And
I know, like,
good right there.
It's a damn shame because that is the coolest freaking name I've ever heard for a goalie, and yet he's just okay.
Oh my God! Why is this game not over?
Because
wait, it's
the
still
fucking
going?
refs hate the Knicks.
Are you serious? It's
Oh
not.
my God! What a stupid call that
Dude,
was.
it's been-
I'm looking up, and the game is just.
There's been 3 seconds on the clock for 10 minutes.
A tenth of a second for every minute. All right. Hey, hey everyone. What do we call a warm-up routine for chickens?
What, Mark?
Poultry in motion. It's time for warm up your balls. During this segment, Pete will spin the wheel that will randomly select a question for our guest to answer. Are you ready, Pete?
Yes. I got scared there because if the people are watching this on YouTube, it said error establishing connection and the wheel was missing, but now the wheel is here. So
magic.
So Matt, the way this works is we're going to spin this wheel and it will come up with a random question, and you as our guest have first dibs on the answers.
Okay, let's see what you got.
Here we go. I gotta switch your names too, but give me a second. The question is, do you have a prized possession with a special story behind it?
Possession.
I don't remember putting that question in.
Do we have the latest wheel?
No, you do.
Okay.
I don't think I'd say I have anything that's like prized. I mean, I guess there are things that I would, I prefer to keep in good condition and stuff like that, but I wouldn't say anything's like that special to me that I have.
You don't have a good luck charm or anything like that?
No, I'm not. It's luck is just something that really comes my way anyway. So it's no good luck charm. Yeah, I know it's kind of a boring answer, but
I mean, is there like
if I
mean, okay, so not even like, a favorite car that you've ever had. Maybe it could be something all time, like something maybe you had that you no longer have.
all time? Man. There was this one story. I'm only going to bring this up because I still hold it over her head. We were driving up from New Jersey to here when we were moving back to Massachusetts. I was like 5 at the time. And so I had my favorite toy was just this Lego helicopter. And my sister wanted to borrow it. And then she opened the window and put it out the window and then let go of it. And
what?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I'm guessing it did not fly like a helicopter would fly.
No, it actually went right into the woods. And then my mom would not pull the car over to go look for it. So that's
bad form.
Brutal.
How old was your sister at the time?
My sister's like 10 and 2/3 months older than I am. So at the time she was probably like about 5. I want to say no, maybe she was 6. Oh, like 5 or 6. But yeah, no, that was that was devastating. I do remember. Maybe that's why I don't form too close personal attachments anymore. Just because I did it one time, and it just like
that one traumatic event.
That's the origin story of you basically almost going like the Buddhist path to be like possessions are immaterial to me.
Well, I wouldn't say that I'm abstaining from possessions. I'm just like, I try not to form special connections with those possessions just because the devastation I once experienced as a child. It was
because of your toy helicopter.
Yeah, so that shaped your life moving forward.
That Lego helicopter, yeah. I know.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's I really bore my soul to you guys. I hope you guys can
So
something.
I have always worn this.
Your kid doesn't count. Okay, we're saying
I'm not gonna say even though
no.
It's gotta be like
I didn't even go there. So I have always worn this, except for a few months where the chain broke. we bought this cross when I was 9 outside of a cathedral in Rome. And I'm planning on giving it to my daughter when I die, and I won't take it off until then. I mean, so like as far as prized possessions go, I think that's probably kind of fits.
I too have the chain. Huh? I too have the chain. My grandparents gave me this. It's a gift that I hold precious. They gave me something else too that I don't really. I used to wear a lot, but I don't wear it anymore. It's kind of keep it for safekeeping, but it's kind of my little homage to them. Because Lord knows I'm not religious anymore.
I'm like a little religious.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, Jamie goes to Catholic school and she has all her sacraments, and I believe in something.
That could be controversial, but I'm actually I'm an atheist, and so I disappointed my mom more. I actually think my mom would prefer if I came out as gay as opposed to came out as an atheist.
Oh man. So what's the difference between atheist and agnostic? Because there is a difference.
Well, actually, so an atheist is just someone who lacks the belief in God, while agnostic is someone who questions it. So you can still be an agnostic atheist. That is pretty much, if you find evidence, someone presents you evidence that God exists, you'll just, take in the evidence, weigh it with what we know, and then adapt your belief system around that. Then it kind of will go, okay, is the God that is now proven to exist the God that you said was the one that existed, or is that a God that's worth following itself? I mean, those are just all personal questions. I think everyone would have to assess themselves to figure out what they're comfortable with. So
just like these questions normally go, we're at 5 minutes on the first one, so maybe we should ask a second one. Quick fire,
you
baby!
Should, but that was good. No, that was an interesting weaving of things that happened with that first question. All right, second question.
You guys heard they're making a dogma too, right?
I did.
That's exciting. All right.
I did.
What's one habit or routine that you swear by?
One habit or routine that I swear by.
Like I can't go anywhere before my morning poop, right?
Okay, well, speaking of poop, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna tip for you guys. Get a bidet or like a bidet attachment.
I had one and it broke. I need to get a new one.
Oh.
Yeah, the nozzle fell off into the toilet.
How quickly were you turning that thing? I mean,
no.
Enjoying yourself.
I'm not sure what I did.
Enjoying yourself, but
it's really trying to.
Can I just tell you that
all of a sudden the stream wasn't streaming anymore?
I don't know what I mean, I do a lot of things religiously, but I think it's mostly because I'm crazy.
Well, there's a couple thousand years of history between.
Wait. Clearly, they're important to you. Then,
yeah,
if it makes you feel better.
I mean,
not for any good reason.
The end of Theocracy almost has crazy in it. It's pretty close. Just a letter or two.
I love crazy.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, I guess something I do is when it comes to shirts, like a team shirt for a sports I wear in a season. I actually don't put those in laundry till the end of the season.
I did that with my Stefan Diggs jersey, actually.
Yeah. I like to try preserve the history of that season into it. I don't want to mess anything up right there. So
it gets seasoned over the season.
Exactly.
Gross,
yes, it does.
Hey-o.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's fair. I'm only wearing it 1 day a week. It's not that. So.
I guess that's not. Well, yeah. I mean, if you do that with the baseball jersey for every baseball game, though, that would be pretty bad by the end of the season.
Well, like 162, yeah, obviously. But I mean, it's just the equivalent of doing it like 8 times, 8 to 10 times. That's not that bad. I mean, it's not the best, but it's not the worst either.
So, random thing that just popped into my head. I wanted to say "fuck you, Jobu." I don't know why. From Major League. Fuck you, Jobu.
Yeah,
I do it myself.
Yeah.
I did bring up Major League before when we were talking about voodoo. So
there you go.
Love that fucking movie. I need a Major League 4.
I just rewatched it.
It's so good. It is such a good movie. Oh gosh.
And 2, so good.
I gotta watch those again.
And sequels normally aren't good.
I know. I mean,
well, that was Charlie Sheen in his prime, right?
Wow, I mean, that was good for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, dude,
Wesley
Willie Mays Hayes.
Snipes,
Just the name
by the
Willie
way,
Mays Hayes,
Wesley Snipes not a fast man. So if you're wondering why every time Willie Mays Hayes runs, it's in slow motion, it's because Wesley Snipes is slow.
You mention that every single time we talk about Major League.
Well, it's a fact. We should talk about it.
Where'd you find that fact out? Is that like a well-known thing?
The
Like,
That is
internet.
a well-known thing. That is a well-known.
So like Wikipedia would just be like Wesley Snipes is
I
slow.
honestly don't
Wesley
remember.
Snipes is not
I
fast.
think I
Wesley
saw it on
Snipes is not
TikTok.
fast.
Yeah, not the fastest actor ever, but here are some of his movies.
Yeah.
All right, come on, one more. 2 minutes.
Yeah,
We
Let's
got
do
one
it.
more. We got time for one more.
By the way, I swear by
let's do
running, even though I have no time to do it anymore. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, I carry the same amount of stuff. I like do the same like morning routine every morning. I take my pills in the morning. Like, I just do so many things like the same because it makes me feel comfortable because I'm a crazy person.
Understandable. All right.
That is a true fact.
So Matt, you have dibs on this one. Have you ever done something on a dare, and what was it?
Oh my God, so many things. Let's see. I remember
I
this.
don't remember writing that question either.
That's a good question, apparently.
I've gone streaking on dares. Let's see. And that goes as far back like when I was a kid, probably in like middle school.
Mark went streaking on a dare once.
You did.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm streaking with
jumped
Pete's
off the
wife.
roof.
Before, well, we weren't dating yet, but yeah.
Let's see. I've also jumped off a roof into a pool on a dare. I've done
Whoa.
a bunch of stuff like that. So, yeah.
Pete, did you jump
Nice.
off a roof into a snowbank on a dare, or was that because you were a dumb kid?
I didn't need a dare to do that.
Well, I didn't need it. I didn't need it. It was just something.
Right off the top peak of my parents' roof, which is like a good 20 to 30 feet up.
You fucking psycho.
I mean, there was like 6
break your
feet of
neck.
snow. It's Buffalo. There's like 6 feet of snow on the ground. It was like landing in a pillow.
Yeah,
A pillow that could have had a rock in it.
Well, there was a layer of ice that I
Or
did
could have been
smash through.
frozen solid. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was like a foot of snow, then a layer of ice, then more snow, and I just
Although
remember.
I think it'd be funny if it was all fluffy snow. Like you would have clearly gone all the way down.
Yeah,
That's
I've-
no resistance whatsoever.
oh yeah, I've watched skiers like send it off of cliffs and stuff when there's been a huge snowstorm, and they go off and they just disappear. You just see a cloud of smoke or of snow go up, and then they're just gone. And then you might see like a hand come out, and they're like laughing.
Oh, I do want to clarify. The pool I jumped into had water in it. So
Well, that's good.
Was
Was it a deep pool?
that's a
Like, was
good
it?
fact.
Did you hit the bottom?
I saw you guys were puzzled. Yeah, you guys were puzzled. Like, oh, wait a second, is this an empty pool or not? It's
No, I
that'd
wasn't
be
puzzled. I
great.
assumed there was water. in it.
no.
Well, you are still alive.
Yes.
Yes. I one time jumped, dove headfirst in the shallow end of a pool.
Ooh.
My legs actually stuck up in the air like this for a couple seconds before they came down. So
Oh no.
Yikes.
not happy. She was pretty worried at that time, but I got up. It was fine.
Amika
All right,
Hey, was
Ibuka
that 2 minutes?
to the Bucks. Wow, interesting.
Mika,
All right, we're gonna move on.
Okay.
Pete,
'Cause
do you
we're at time.
Do we have a name for your new segment?
Oh, what did we say it was? It was
don't know.
I told
listed
you to
off,
just
like-
say bonus topic on the God voice, but
no, but we had a better name. I mean, it is essentially a bonus topic.
Mark OpenAI'd it, and petering around was the one that was the best. But a lot of them were bad.
No, petering around is the way to go.
All right, none of those
you
are
can still
actually
use the-
AI.
Oh,
That was all Mark. You can
That
still.
was all me.
Oh.
That was me just being stupid.
That's Mark.
oh.
Oh, natural.
It seemed
Mark,
like
I
Mark, you've been
have
doing so much
respect-
AI. I think you.
Okay, I lost some respect for you right now. Too much AI.
AI.
By the way, it's not like I hate AI for
All right.
everything that are
Go ahead.
useful.
Go ahead, Pete.
things for it, but yes, Pete, new segment. Let's
We-
let's see it.
It's.
I
your
do
segment.
agree, Matt. AI is it's a thing. Okay, so guys, I have been starting to complain too much about having to complain in this segment, so I think it's time for something new.
I literally like this week. I'm like, hey Pete, do you like your segment? It doesn't seem like you do.
I did for the first. There were a couple real big arguments I had to get off my chest.
Well, you just like really.
I just
there's
really
a lot
had
of
to rant
things that you
about a couple
don't really
things.
like that really bother you.
Those
so
things
I wanted
bothered
to
me a
give you.
Yeah, and you gave me the platform, and I enjoyed it. I took advantage, and I
think
thank
John
you for
just
that.
wanted to hound in this soundbite.
I will say it was kind of cathartic to get those.
That is
to
a
just
true
blast
fact.
it out there into the ether. So thank you for
You always over emote Pete's segment. I think you're bored. Do you have ADHD, Mark?
that. I think he just likes that sound.
Over emote?
Yeah, you over emote Pete's segment. You're like, pop, 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 pop. Anyway, Pete.
All right, guys.
Go.
The NFL draft is here.
Floor,
We're in the middle of it. So that's going to kind of be the thing today. How has it been so far? Have you guys been kind of following along in the background? I know you had the Knicks game on, so maybe not. Any surprises?
I had it on.
There was a giant fucking trade. The Cleveland trading down to 5. So that was interesting.
So stupid.
Do you think they feel good about Mason Graham?
I think
they do.
Yeah, I think Cleveland did the right move. They got a haul of draft picks and capital. They're gunning for 2026. Like they want big moves that year. They're gonna just try to.
I mean, are they gonna let Flacco be the starter?
Yes,
but he's 100.
Exactly.
Like what's he gonna get? Yeah, what's he gonna give him?
They're gonna give him a very high draft pick next year.
They're gonna give him naps.
Exactly.
To pick their quarterback.
He's gonna take the second half off. He's like, guys, I am shot. My knees hurt.
Yeah, no, Cleveland.
Like, what the fuck? Like, I love Joe Flacco, but you can't win football games with Joe Flacco. I mean, and maybe you guys are right. Maybe that's the point.
He did that 1 year.
That is the point. He did. Yeah,
3 years ago.
Yeah, I think he played well above expectation 3 years ago. Though when he stepped in off the couch,
he did not do it again last year, even though I definitely wanted him to.
That's because he wasn't on the Colts.
Yep. All right, Matt, you were
Did
saying
he play
something?
last year? No, he was on the Colts. He was the backup, right?
Yeah,
and I had him on my team.
Yes.
And then Richardson went down, and he played like 3 games. I think he won one of them. Anyway,
but then
Matt, you have the floor. Sorry.
We digress.
I agree. I just think Flacco's pretty much cooked, but that could be a benefit for Cleveland next season. For one, and then two about the draft. We were actually talking about this before we started. Everything kind of going as most people expected. Like other than that one trade, there's nothing shocking that's happening.
There have been a few players though suspiciously picked like way out of order what was expected, but I guess that always happens a couple times. Like, I hadn't even heard of the wide receiver that just got picked.
By
the Bucks.
Yeah, a lot of people thought Matthew Golden was going to be the second selected wide receiver.
So
he fell recently though.
Besides being very excited about the Abdul Carter pick by the New York Giants, which I think is the correct pick, I think the pick that I like the most is I really am very hot on Colston Loveland from Michigan, and I really like him on the Bears. 6'5", 245. He is a monster.
Damn. Yeah.
And I think he's gonna show up very quickly, honestly.
Do you think the Bears wanted Janty and they were trying to trade? Because Cleveland apparently was on the phone to trade down from the 5th pick. And Genty was still on the board. So do you feel like Chicago may feel that call and just underbid? Or I
don't think that Janty was never, ever going to not go to the Vegas. Vegas is old and dusty. And I think if Vegas thought they weren't going to get Janty, they probably would have traded up because they need him so fucking badly.
They do. Because, I mean, Geno Smith is okay. Like, he's your NFL journeyman starter, right? He can have really good years, but he needs a good supporting cast around him, and Genty is a perfect running back for that.
Yeah, he'll start right away. He'll contribute right away.
Yeah.
There's a few other running backs that some people thought could have been in the first round that I think will be available to the Bears in the second round.
That's true. There's a lot of running backs.
I think they'll be fine.
So,
yeah. This is a running back. This is running back draft. This isn't going to be.
Tight end was a good pick for them, though. Tight end was a good pick.
And I mean, DeAndre Swift is fine, completely passable. Cole Kmet is fine. Cole Kmet is like one of those guys who you like let carry your shoes because he's fine.
Yeah, but it's interesting. They picked the tight end that was consensus the number 2 tight end, and they picked him first. And then I think
Tyler Warren went to the Colts.
The Colts
he went to the Colts
at 14,
which is huge for potentially Anthony Richardson.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Anthony
right,
Richardson.
He's more of a receiving tight end, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, guys, the pick is in Denver, 20th pick. Let's see. We're getting closer to my Bills, who will probably end up trading out of the first round again. And
nobody cares about the Denver pick. Nobody cares about the Denver pick. Do the Steelers take Shatter Sanders?
Plenty of people care.
At this point,
the people in Denver do, but do the Steelers take Shatter Sanders? Now that Aaron Rodgers isn't the Steeler?
Yeah, I think so.
do.
I think they kind of have to.
Wait, yeah.
They kind of have to, right? That is a much more interesting pick.
I think it's amazing that Shadur Sanders fell all the way down.
But we knew he would. Everyone knew
I don't
he
know.
would.
I thought the Saints might have grabbed him. I thought the Saints might have grabbed him because the Saints need a quarterback too.
To be honest, this is the most boring draft. There are no surprises. Everyone's building O-line and D-line. None of the offensive players, except for the ones that definitely were going to go to teams, went. There were no surprises.
There have been 4 edge rushers picked in the top 10.
Right. 4 edge rushers.
Which this is a really good draft for them.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, the fact the Eagles won just using defense, it probably even hyped up defensive edge rushers even more.
Do we think that McMillan was the top wide receiver? Because I didn't think he was.
That's a good question.
I mean, aside
I don't know if there
Hunter,
really was enough.
I mean, Hunter doesn't really count.
Right, because he's a double. I mean, right. That was pretty fascinating, though, actually. Do you think, does that help Jacksonville? I feel like if they're going to be good, then that was the move to make. It's just how much it cost a lot.
It did cost a lot. Like, I don't really know who was stupider, really. The fact that the Browns passed on him or that the Jaguars gave up so much. So much.
I mean, that's saying that Bryce Young is your guy still, right? I mean, is Bryce Young really your guy?
No. Bryce, you're thinking of Bryce Young is on the Panthers.
I'm sorry. I'm wrong.
Shoot, what's his name?
Trevor Lawrence.
With the blonde hair, long blonde hair.
He's a beautiful man. He's like the spokesperson for.
Trevor Lawrence.
Yes, Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence. Thank you, Matt.
Yes.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence.
No problem.
Well, Trevor Lawrence. I mean, Trevor Lawrence got that big contract.
They signed him to a $50 million year.
And then was kind of bad last year. I mean, they were bad.
Yeah.
They had a down year last year. So was it just a flukishly bad year? Like Lawrence was in and out of injury. Just things did not fall.
How do you guys think they're gonna use them? Do you think they're gonna do a 50-50 split of position?
There's no way he plays both sides of the ball. It's too dangerous.
I think he plays both sides. I think he's gonna primarily be corner.
Much demanded it. Yeah, I think he pretty much demanded it. Yeah, so
I think he pretty much plays corner, and then they'll have some packages for him for wide receiver.
That makes more sense, right? It's a lot harder to learn the cornerback position than wide receiver.
Yeah, I don't think that you're gonna do a 50-50 split, but just some packages with some plays that would call you out. Like Patriots did that with Vrabel back in the day. You know, that's something that you can do. It's not exactly unheard of.
All right, we're at time. Final thoughts.
All right. Well, we'll see. Any thoughts, Mark? You didn't really say anything about the Patriots.
There was some talk. I do. I that's the pick that I thought he was going to do. There was talk. Believe it or not, that if I don't really know how accurate this rumor was. There was some talk that the Patriots would trade their first round draft pick to the Eagles for AJ Brown. If Travis Hunter, if Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter were not available to them,
interesting.
I don't know how real that rumor was.
I saw that rumor.
Huge.
I saw that rumor as well. Yeah, I saw that rumor as well. But
But are you happier with Will Campbell? Because if I was a Patriots fan, I would be. I mean,
in the long run, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he's going to anchor the offensive line.
AJ Brown's probably going to be a number one for at most 2 more years.
Yeah, he's not washed yet, but it's coming.
Yeah, and not to mention, I mean, they're not going to find a left tackle to be traded because any team that has good left tackle is not trading their left tackle.
That guy could be the starting left tackle for the next 10, 12 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You don't typically find a lot of left tackles in free agency for that same exact reason, or at least not a lot of good ones.
And Will Campbell's
as
a big
previously
boy.
reported, Matt Golden could drop down to them, and he's a pretty good wide receiver.
Yeah, that's your speed guy right there for sure. Yep. Mark, your mic is getting staticky again, unfortunately.
Uh-oh.
Are you in input 2?
Smart channel 2.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I think we may need to RMA that interface. I'll call my guy. I got a guy at Sweetwater. It's cool.
Hold on.
He'll hook us up. He'd be like, oh no, I'm sorry that your interface isn't working out. Let me return that and I'll swap it out for a new one.
All right, the pick is in.
The pick is in. And then we can move on to our topic once Mark's done.
Well,
I'm plugged into channel 1 now. Let me do that. How's that? Oops, that's too loud. I'm
still hearing a little.
How's this?
Yeah, no, it's still staticky. Damn.
It's no better, Mark.
I wonder if it's the cable then.
It's not better, Mark.
Oh, yeah.
It's not better.
Let me swap the cables?
Yes, do it.
Don't worry, it's just a live show.
It's fine. It's okay. Your camera is trying
Mark,
to follow
your camera
you.
follows
It's
you.
really cool.
That's so fancy.
Oh man.
Pete, you're the host now. Go.
Oh man. All right. So hey, you know what? Let's see what this is an interesting pick. Let's see what the Steelers do. We're extending
We're
my
not going
segment.
to just wait for the internet to tell
Defensive
us what the
tackle.
Steelers
They did not
Eric
take Shadur
Harmon.
Sanders.
Eric Harmon.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
DT.
The Giants are going to hit a quarterback in the second round the way this fucking nonsense is going. I'm so excited.
I mean, Dart.
That would work out perfect for the Giants.
I
right
could see
there.
the Giants
my God,
trading
that's amazing.
like pretty much like the two players there. People were debating which one they would pick at number 3. They get both. Number
actually,
3 and number
It's so
35.
sexy.
You know where that would be, where that would make sense would be probably. I bet you Joe Shane.
WNBC.
Speak again.
You bet you Joe Shane.
WNBC.
No, it's still staticky. Damn.
Really?
I think that interface is not happening.
Stay on the clock. Stay on the clock, man. Come on. Focus.
All
We're on
right.
the show. We're doing
All right.
things. Pete, you were
you
going
want
to
to
say
say-
something.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Joe Shane.
May get on the phone with Brian Dable and be like, "Yo, what's it gonna take for you to trade out of the first so we can go and get
it's the
Shitter,
camera.
Sanders, or Jackson Dart?" It's the camera making the static.
So there's something, and there's an issue when the camera. See how it's following me?
Yeah.
That's what happened last time when it
Well,
started.
turn it
doing
off.
this. I don't know how.
All right. Well, that's weird. They should not be interfering with each other.
All right.
No.
Well, we need to move on because we've been literally doing nothing for 5 minutes.
microphone.
So.
There's a microphone on the camera too.
But you're not using it.
That shouldn't be
I know.
interfering at all.
All right, we would like to thank one of this week's fake sponsors, Loop Lux Candle Company. Hand-poured candles with infinite vibes that bring calm, scent, and ambiance. Loop Lux, light it up in style.
We
All
might
right,
need
everyone,
to-
shall we kick off the shindig?
Mark, you're going to say
Let's
that
do it.
again because I interrupted you, but you really might need to fix that. That's going to be that's going to be bad.
It's just static.
Yeah, it's
Sorry,
almost
guys.
every word.
You know what? I think that's just gonna give my episode a little more character to it. Yeah, I think
Gonna
that
be
the
so
audience will appreciate
Well, we
it.
don't.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
don't
I mean-
fuck with we don't fuck with the live feed. Everybody knows you get what you get. You don't get upset. So
Yeah, it's every episode is a product of its own circumstances. I don't even know if that sentence made any sense. But there you
It
go.
didn't.
That's what you get in the live show. John can edit that later and make that sound actually sensible, but in the live show, you get whatever nonsense I just blurted out.
nothing is sensible. Mark, are you done pressing buttons and pulling cables?
Nope.
All right, great job. All right, so you guys,
Are we gonna
What's going
topic
on?
flip and have John start?
I could start. Mark already did his thing. Pete, sing me a song. That's all. That's what we'll do.
No, I have a specific song for first topic.
Yeah, Mark said
Oh,
I don't
no,
have
you-
one for the first topic.
That's
All right,
okay.
we
Mark
did-
has the first. Mark has our
I
first.
have no
topic
idea
song.
why that would interfere with the interface.
I mean, it
I
doesn't.
don't know.
It's not.
Yeah, I don't know, but the last time this happened a lot, that's what was going on with the camera too. All right,
So how did you fix it?
I don't know.
All right, Pete, fix it in post. Let's go.
Ooh, 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 we started off again tonight, but ooh, 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 this time I'm telling you, we are starting with the first topic. We are starting with the first topic. You go talk to our friends, talk to me, 'cause we are starting with the first topic.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right there. You better be bringing that for karaoke tomorrow, okay?
So Boston, it's a riff off. No, it's not the riff off next Friday.
No,
is it?
yeah, but I mean, if we find a place.
Okay. Boston Red Sox majority owner John Henry made it well known to the staff that he no longer wanted to pay high luxury taxes after winning the World Series in 2018. This led to superstars leaving the team either through trades or free agency like Mookie Betts, Xander Bogaerts, David Price, and JD Martinez. They proceeded to be a mediocre team at best, winning no more than 92 games in a single season since that last World Series trophy. But this past offseason had a familiar feel back when Teddy was running the team, and who happens to be consulting right now. Big names being acquired, such as Alex Bregman and Garrett Crochet, and also nurturing their young players like Christian Campbell, Ryan Bayo, and Sedane Rafaela. As of this taping, the team is in the top 5 of the AL in runs scored, hits, batting average, and OPS, but not so hot for their pitching. Regardless, the team is currently in second place in their division, and at one time were tied for first place with John's almighty Yankees. So everyone, should we believe that this year's Red Sox are for real, or is it just a flash in the pan?
Well, Garrett Crochet came back down to earth a little. He lost 2 in a row. His ERA is up to... He's 2-2, 195. I literally just looked it up.
I thought it was 3-1. I'm
He
sorry.
lost today.
Yeah, he lost today.
He lost today.
He gave up 4 runs in the first 2 innings, but he settled down.
I mean, his whip is still 105. He's still a beast.
Yeah, but guys were still but
he's walking a
best
lot.
Game. It wasn't super sharp. Yeah. I mean, I do like what they're doing. I don't want to like jump on and be like the Red Sox are winning the World Series right now just because I do like the direction they're going in compared to what they were doing for the past few years. Which saw me become like a quarter season ticket owner, and then they try like, oh, we're going to increase the price for tickets, but then we're not going to sign anyone, which pissed me off, so I canceled those. But yeah, so are they real? I think they're going to be better than last season. Like for sure, I'd be surprised if they weren't. Maybe contend for a wild card spot, but I don't know when you're asking, are they for real? Are you talking about are they a World Series contender? A serious playoff threat. You'll have to elaborate on that a little bit more.
Mark's pressing buttons, and I'm nervous.
Oh,
Yes.
no.
I am pressing buttons. No, I don't think they're going to be a World Series contender either, but they might be a
I would be
team.
surprised if they don't make the wild card. I would be surprised. I think that
Extra wild card spots now.
I think that Bregman will continue to be great. I think Crochet will continue to be great. Bregman right now hitting 320, which is insane. I think that we're still early, though. I mean, I'm not going to talk any. I mean, the Yankees have been a little bit of a roller coaster ride this season with both really very impressively great and impressively bad. But it's still kind of the get to know you phase, I guess. The only teams that I know will be great, like the Padres, are going to win a lot of games this year. They're going to win a lot of games. They're going to be really hard to beat. I think the Dodgers are along that same trajectory, maybe even less than the Padres, at least as the current teams are showing. But if we're talking about the Red Sox, I love when the Red Sox are good. I do. It's been weird. It's been weird that they've been bad the last couple of years.
Yeah, like the Red Sox and Yankees both haven't been good at the same time in quite some time.
For a while.
Yeah, and like I obviously it always goes back to the series that we probably remember most, 2003 and 2004. Like those are like 2 of the single greatest 7-game series like in all of sports, in my opinion. Yeah,
Ever.
Like
Yeah.
both of them are so good and memorable. Like I just can't get over it. Yeah, so I mean, I think it's better for baseball when the Yankees and the Red Sox are up contenders because those seasons, I remember 2004 especially, it was just expected. Those two are going to meet back in the ALCS and they're going to go at it again, and then that happened again. And
Right.
Yeah, and which
So Mark
really
and
does
I
add to it.
Mark and I made bets every year, right? And in 2003, I won the bet, obviously. And then in 2004, Mark wasn't really excited to make the bet. And so he wasn't really feeling it. And then the Yankees went up 3 and he was like, I don't know, like maybe I'll wear a pink hat or something. And then they lost game 4 and they lost game 5 and they lost game 6 and they lost game 7. And I was just like, what the fuck is going on? I mean, like, that A, your fan base, but B, the rest of the world is just like not expecting anything when they write a whole movie under the premise that you guys are going to lose. And then they have to fix it. They're like, Fever Pitch, they had to change the ending. They're like, I guess we're changing it?
Like,
By the way, Fever Pitch, a great movie.
That movie. Yeah, of all the years they shot that movie, it was that 1 year. Actually,
Right?
there was this one time. Did you guys ever play MVP Baseball in 2005?
I have not.
Okay, so it was a game of the GameCube, PS2, and Xbox era. Probably one of my think the best baseball video game of all time, in my opinion. So anyway, they show like clips, and there's this one guy. I remember this really big guy who like painted a Red Sox logo on his stomach, and he's in fever pitch. I remember I recognized him, but oh my god, that's that guy from the game right there. That's
awesome.
Wait, so they modeled him in the game?
Funny. No. It was, in the game, there were some short video files.
Oh, it was like full. Wow, I thought they were done with the full motion video thing by the aughts or by that system generator. That's funny.
Yeah, it was like they were like very brief, and I think it was just to like capture the excitement of the Red Sox finally winning the World Series right there. So,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure. Actually, at least I'm pretty sure. But because I remember I saw the guy 2 places. I'm pretty sure that's where I saw him. And this is going after many years.
I mean, I'm still going to maintain that baseball is sort of not really. I mean, I'm enjoying the season so far, but like baseball is going to be hard to watch in September when the Dodgers are dominating and like the American League team walks into the World Series and they're just like, all right, I guess it's our turn. I mean, like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's I don't know either actually. Kind of just had to. Or maybe something happens, it's sports, weird things happen. Unrelated, just kind of tell you, I one time did the fantasy baseball league, and I actually went undefeated for the regular season. 21 0-1 in the 1 week. Yeah, that 1 week it was high, and I made it to the championship weekend. And then, Felix Hernandez was shut down for the season, and then Stan got hit in the face with a ball, and that just ruined everything. So, yeah. So, like I said, just anything could just change right there. So
it's a good end, and we're at time.
Yeah,
works. All right.
Okay. Did we kind of answer your question?
Not at all.
Go Sox.
Not at all.
Go Sox.
Go Sox.
Mark, how are you doing there? How's your...
I don't know. I can't. I've been trying to look up all my settings to see if I can get the thing to...
It's a little better.
Rotating.
Stop tracking.
It's still moving a little bit, but...
Well, your sound is a little better. There's like a little...
I still hear the
really
static.
No, but it's better though. Anyway, give me a next topic because we're going to talk about our other baseball question.
Go ahead, Pete.
Oh, you want me to do the set? Okay. I think this is from 2012. Here, next topic. Cover distance in the night. The sound echoing closer. Will they come for me this time?
So we talked about the Red Sox. We're going to talk about the Yankees. The Yankees went hard this offseason, especially after losing Juan Soto to the Mets. And one of their major acquisitions was ace closer, the airbender, Devin Williams. So before this season, Williams was one of the best in the league with a career 2.03 ERA, a 1.06 whip, and 383 strikeouts in just 243 innings. However, something is wrong. Williams' current ERA in the 2025 season is a whopping 7.88, which includes a 4-run implosion against an average to bad Tampa Bay Rays. Meanwhile, the Yankees' lights-out playoff closer Luke Weaver continues to be incredible, still not giving up a run over 12 innings with only 2 hits and 13 strikeouts. So how long should the Yankees and Aaron Boone wait for Devin Williams to wake up? Does he have the New York yips, or is something returned from his 2023 back injury?
I mean,
yeah, so I guess
also a closer.
I mean, that's 7.88 as a closer is fucking ridiculous. I mean, if he wasn't Devin Williams, he would be on the street shining shoes already. I mean, like it's crazy.
Next to Carlos Rodon sweeping the floors.
No, Carlos Rodon has figured his shit out because of all the making fun at If These Balls Could Talk. He's figured his shit out, and now I got to work on Devin Williams.
We are the reason why he's better.
What were you gonna say, Matt?
So,
yes.
Yeah, I was just going to say, when it comes to relievers, I actually don't give ERA as much consideration just because ERA is a stat that's divided by innings pitched. However, relievers don't. Yeah, well, relievers don't pitch a lot of innings, so you just have one bad outing. It really screws up your ERA, and it could take months to just correct that from just having to have it just.
But Matt, here's what's going to blow your mind. He's been starting for the Yankees.
No, he hasn't.
Oh, yeah,
No, that has not happened. That has not happened.
All right.
He's been.
I mean, that would blow me.
He has been giving up a lot of runs in a lot of appearances. But I mean, we're gonna highlight playing the Rays up by 4 in the 9th. Luke Weaver does the 8th with no problem, and he gives up 4 runs, and they lose that game against the Rays. I mean, I don't know.
They're at the bottom of
Devin
the
Williams in
division right now.
2023 or 2024, that is. His ERA was 1.27. He gave up 10 runs in the whole fucking year. The whole year.
I'll add this though. So in Milwaukee, that actually has the second lowest park factor over the last 3 years.
Ooh.
Like that, we'll find out if that did
Stats,
help
nice.
Good stats.
Stats.
Yeah. Well, we will find out if if that park helped him. Because he's going to Yankee Stadium, which has gives up like per weighted per at bats and stuff. I think up top 5 home run hitting park right there. So we'll see exactly how that is. Then you have Fenway, which he'll probably show up. Well, you think a few times there. That has a very high double rate in that park right there. Then slightly above average home run as well too. So, and then also I will say it is early in the season. Sometimes guys have trouble when they switch leagues just because they're more unfamiliar batters they haven't really seen before.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah. So I mean, however, if it gets to a problem where you can probably maybe make him a setup guy, and like I would say if he has another really bad outing, probably put him in a different role for now until he figures his stuff out.
Where is Devin Williams pitching right now? Is he the setup man or is he pitching?
No, he's the closer. I mean, he is literally a career lights out closer. They got him to be the closer, so they put Weaver in the setup role, and Williams is the closer now. So
I thought you. Never mind. Go ahead.
Mark,
Sorry.
pay attention. With us, Mark. Lock in, baby.
I haven't been watching any Yankee games. Okay, I don't know who's on their experts.
All right. Here's the thing, and I think maybe the meat and potatoes of the question. You go out and you get a AAA guy, and I mean he is. His stats throughout his career, and it's like a 6-year career, has been excellent. He's an excellent closer in the National League, and he comes over to Yankee Stadium. And remember, Tim Abbott, who came over to the Yankees, lights out in the Rangers, and he came to the Yankees. He was terrible for 3 seasons, and they got rid of him, and he went somewhere else, and he did fine, and he ended his career. When do you say this guy can't pitch in New York? And if you intercede before that time, like, do you hurt his confidence in a way that isn't like returnable? Like if you fire him, let's say, and you put him in, you make him a setup guy, or maybe you even trade him. Like when do you make that decision? After how many blown games? After how many runs? I mean, 7.88 is bad. It's bad.
Yeah, but it's only been a month. Not even really.
I mean, also the fact they're first in their division does help. I mean, it gives them a little extra little wiggle room right there to work with.
Yeah, and you can't expect. Also... Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, sorry, no. I was just gonna say. Actually, I just lost my train. I thought you go.
You can't expect to score 12 runs a game, and I think that's a problem that the Yankees get into a lot. They score a lot of runs because their offense is very good, and like
in those torpedo bats.
Shut the fuck up.
How has Williams been giving up the runs though? Has it been a lot? Has it been home
No, I mean
runs?
it's bad. He has bad control. He doesn't get batters out. He doesn't keep the ball on the ground. I mean,
so
he's
that's
not
got
doing...
nothing to do. That's got nothing to do with the ballpark then. That sounds like it's a New York thing.
Yeah.
It's possible. There are some guys who just can't play in these big market teams. I mean, we've seen that happen before. Throughout both Boston and New York's history. So some guys can thrive in it, other guys wilt. I actually was pissed off when the Sox got rid of Lester and then tried to replace him with David Price because we knew what Lester was. He could pitch in Boston. We did not know that about David Price. And hey, look, David Price had a shit attitude whenever anyone criticized him, and he wilt under the pressure in Boston a lot of the time. So
yeah. I mean, that happens all the time. And actually, you know what? Matt, that's 2 for 2. It's a great ending. Let's move on. I literally just looked down at the clock. I'm like, nah, I don't need to say anything else.
Matt, I appreciate your baseball knowledge because I don't know enough to contribute to these topics.
Don't worry, I'll try my best to carry you. But I think that's our last baseball topic of tonight, unless we sneak it back in there. Although
sometimes Mark throws a curveball, and that was no pun intended.
Hey, Mark, sing me a song. You fix your thing.
That is a true fact.
What's up, Matt?
I messed that up.
Well, I just want I'm thinking about baseball. Can I just ask you guys a quick question? You guys,
Shoot.
Culture type thing. What do you guys think about the new Naked Gun remake? Now,
I've heard
Hollywood has had trouble with. So yeah, Hollywood's had trouble with spoof movies for a while now. Like they've missed the mark on a lot of like the most recent ones. I don't think they've attempted a decent. They've actually attempted one in like almost a decade or so. It feels like. So, the preview I saw for the trailer that they released a couple weeks ago, I thought it was good. It shows promise. They seem to know how that type of comedy is supposed to work. So I have high hopes for that. I think
I'm optimistic.
Can do this.
I'm not.
I think
slapstick
can do that.
Slapstick can't work in 2025. People are too smart.
Yeah, I get. Well, I mean, also like
people are too smart.
No, like grain of salt.
Mm-hmm.
The media consumption is moved past slapstick, in my opinion.
Okay.
And I just don't know if like fart jokes and Liam Neeson in panties is going to make people flock to the movie theaters.
Do you feel like
What
it's
about the O.J. Simpson joke?
What's up?
Apparently there's an OJ joke immediately in the movie, like in the trailer.
I mean, right.
Well, it was shown in the trailer. Like, they're pretty much playing like the sons or like the kids of like everyone in the original movie. So they're all like kneeling in front of the pictures, crying. It's like, I love you, Dad. I miss you, Dad. And then the guy who's playing OJ's kid, he just like looks at the picture. They goes pans to him. He just shakes his head no.
I don't know.
I mean, like I'm looking at this cast, Matt, and I don't want to rain on your parade because I love bad movies, but like if Pam Anderson is number 3 and Cody Rhodes is number 5,
I mean,
Pam Anderson she's been turning her career around. She's no longer just that Baywatch lady. I think she just recently did a movie that won her an award.
Yeah, she did.
She was, I think, like a
Showgirl.
Vegas showgirl, and
It's
I
called
think there was
Showgirls,
like a few more movies before that where like she's going to more serious roles.
guys, it's gonna be a 15 on Rotten Tomatoes. It's gonna be a bad movie. I'm not saying you shouldn't see it, but it's gonna be bad. And I just want to clarify that we have to like stay our expectations of Naked Gun movies and anything that is like a remake of something from the 80s or 90s that was fun but not good. I mean, it's not going to be a good movie.
Yeah, I will say a colleague of mine who's we work in movies, we make movies, who at least in my opinion has a way better like taste for like deep comedy than I do. He's really excited about it. So I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just the stupid comic levity that we need in some really dark ass times right now. Right? It's gonna be bad.
I'm gonna watch that one on Max too.
Will you even watch it on Max? That's the question.
Maybe.
It's a maybe.
Okay, I think you have to at least try to watch it just so you can back up your point. That you're making right here.
Yeah,
I'm gonna forget about it.
Liam Neeson will never be Leslie Nielsen.
I'll remind Mark.
Well, maybe it could be funny.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Thanks for doing my little side tangent right there. I just
It's all good, man. Do the bonus topic thing, Pete. Do the thing you do.
Oh, what? Oh, like a draft update?
God voice.
Bonus topic.
Oh. Bonus topic.
There you go. I wanted it real bad, so I got it.
You got it. Quick update. Matthew Golden, wide receiver with some speed, just went to Green Bay. Interesting spot for him. I think they're going to like him.
Because they need more wide receivers?
Yes.
And I don't know why
they need all of the middling wide receivers.
I don't know why the Chargers take Amari Hampton. They don't need a running back. I don't know. This draft is boring.
Hampton,
I'm bored.
I mean, Hampton's a great running back, but you're right.
He's a great running back. Where is he going to play?
This draft's drama and interest.
They have a deep as shit running back room in Los Angeles.
That reminds me. Remember when the Colts would only draft like wide receivers in the first round for like like every draft, they're like, oh, wide receiver, oh,
Yeah.
wide receiver of the next year. Hey, it's like, yeah, guys, your problem is the defense, not the offense. It's I don't get what some of these GMs do. Like, like sometimes I know we're sitting on our couches, but being facetious here, I'm like, I could also get paid that much money to fuck up the draft. Like seriously, I'll charge them half as much. I'll save them
All right,
half the money.
let's move on.
All right, Mark,
More
you got a topic?
That was like 20 minutes on something else. I don't know how I'm gonna edit that. Whatever.
I'm not sure, John, but it's okay.
Mark, sing me a song.
Well, some nights I wish this next topic would end, 'cause I could use some friends for a change. And some nights I'm scared you'll forget whose turn it is. Oh wait, no, that's usually me.
Great job.
Nice.
Also, you're staticky again.
You're staticky again.
Say a question first. And then
Hold on. Maybe I know I fixed this last time.
Can you fix about unplugging the microphone and plugging it back in again? Like IT
Nope.
crowd? Have you tried turning it off and back on again?
That's essentially what I just did. Do
Oh.
I sound better?
Yes. Yes.
So we barely talk about hockey on this show, and it's probably time to change that as the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs start
It's
at the
not.
same time as the NBA playoffs. Now, we talked about the latter last week, but it's probably time to have our fair share to those who play on skates. So the NHL kept their playoff format they've had since 2014, with the top 3 teams from each division and the next 2 teams with the highest points as their wild card entrants. No need for a play-in tournament or each of the bottom's team's best bruiserweights duking it out with each other for playoff spots, which, believe it or not, actually, I really like that idea. But the Carolina Hurricanes, Winnipeg Jets, Toronto Maple Leafs, and defending champion Florida Panthers are the odds-on favorites in that order. Some people are rooting for the first Canadian team to win the Cup since 1993. Others are cheering for the Washington Capitals, who may be a threat, especially with the momentum of the Great Eight Alexander Ovechkin surpassing Wayne Gretzky for career goals. So, everyone, how do we feel the Stanley Cup playoffs will unfold?
I want Ovi, now that he has the goals.
Really?
I want them to win another cup.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't hate that. I think it'll be cool if Connor McDavid got a cup right there.
That's true.
He doesn't
I
have
didn't
one
realize
yet?
he's the
No,
number
one,
3 seed. No, he doesn't have one.
Shit.
Yet.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I'd be happy with either one.
Yeah. Also, it'd be cool for Canada to win at their sport like once.
Yeah, I guess it has been a while, hasn't it?
1993. Now, in their
Wait,
defense,
what?
a lot of the
That
Canadian
long?
teams. Yeah. Thanks for listening, Pete. No, in Canada's defense, a lot of their teams migrated to the U.S.
Yeah.
Like the Quebec Corniques, the Quebec Nordiques
Yes.
became the Colorado Avalanche, and the old
Quebec.
version of the Winnipeg Jets became the
Avalanche, right?
Nashville.
the
Was it Nashville
Coyotes.
Predators.
Oh,
Coyotes.
yeah, that's right.
But then the Jets moved back.
I mean, I think a really interesting story of this year's playoffs is the Wild giving the Golden Knights a run for their money. Because I think of all the teams in the NHL, some of them at least, I think the Golden Knights are the most consistently good. I mean, they've been really good every season.
Yeah, have they ever been bad?
I don't think they've ever been bad. They won 50 games this year.
Yeah.
I mean, they just started a few years ago, but I thought that was impressive how that was, like, they became good like so fucking fast
Right away.
Like,
Immediately. Well,
new team. Oh, hey, Stanley Cup final. I mean, they lost it, but still, like, they did make it there, right?
I remember
the Capitals.
Yeah, so I remember watching the Knights, the way that they structured that expansion draft, and it was like they got away with highway robbery. Like they were just
They stole a lot of really
top
good players.
talent off of every team
did.
to build a super
well,
team in year one. It was interesting. I think they learned their lesson when they did the Kraken. And
But now
made
what's
it
really
not quite
interesting-
as good.
What's really interesting, at least
By the
about
way,
this year's
I
playoffs,
do love
is that the Wild won 2 nights ago. The Wild are winning the night. They're up 3-1 in the second period. They just scored again.
Yeah, good for them.
I mean, it would be crazy if the Wild beat them, because then they're sort of a dark horse. And I think the Wild have been good all year. So
Yeah.
Wait, how did the Giants just get the next pick in the first round?
Did they trade?
they must have.
They traded back in. This is what John wanted.
Oh my God. They're totally picking Jackson Dart, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're totally picking Jackson Dart.
John's ready to go through a wall here.
I mean, personally, I would like to see the Winnipeg Jets win it. They were the President's Trophy winning team, and no President's Cup team has won since. Oh, I forgot to look that one up. It's been a while. It's been at least 10 years, which is just wild, right?
I say,
team
I
with the most
don't want
most
Florida
points.
to win. Yeah,
I don't want Florida to win either.
I loathe that team. I just hate that team. Them and the Canadiens. They're two hockey teams. Well, Canadiens is just because I'm a Bruins fan.
I mean, the Canadians are not going to be the
Oh,
Caps.
yeah.
The Caps are beating the shit out of them.
The Sabres a long time in the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
But I just do not want Florida.
Just like the Senators aren't going to beat the Leafs are beating the shit out of them. I mean, of anything,
I know, it's
at
not
least
the Bruins.
right.
The Leafs could just never beat the Bruins.
Right.
Like, no matter how good that team is, there's like, we had to play the Bruins in the first round. Fuck.
Yeah, right.
They blow Game 7, and that's just like consistently. Like,
haven't the Leafs been kind of one and done for like years now? When they have way too much talent for that to happen, but they keep doing it.
Potentially
they've had a bad owner. They've the Leafs have been a mess for a while. It's an organizational rot type thing.
They have Austin Matthews, who's really good. They've got a decent amount of talent on that team, don't they?
I mean, they're up 3-0 in the first round. The Senators don't look good at all, so I expect them to get to the semifinals.
We'll see.
Yeah, by the way,
they're going to play the Florida in the next round.
Like,
it's
I
4
see the
rounds,
Leafs the same way.
so
Like, I see like the Orioles. Like,
road.
they've been punching bags for so long that if they were to somehow win it all, I'd be okay. Like, even though they're technically division rivals, like, it's just, you know what? You guys been through a lot. It's fine. You can get one. It's not like, the Yankees or the Canadians winning another fucking, championship.
All right, I have no opinion.
It's been a while since both of them have won anything.
Yeah.
We are running low on time, so final thoughts. Who does everyone pick? I have no opinion. The Rangers aren't in it.
I'm gonna go the crazy Russian Ovi guy.
What is the closest? The closest team would probably be the Maple Leafs, right?
Oh yeah, Toronto. No, not Toronto. At least is above New York,
Leafs.
But it's not. Yeah. I don't know. I don't really care about hockey. Go Caps.
I'm gonna go behind Ovi. McDavid's going to have plenty of time to win a bunch of cups in his career. He still has time.
Yeah.
You say that.
It'll be nice to see him win, though.
I guess he's not that young anymore. But I mean, he started playing at 18, though, right?
Yeah.
In the 2015. Young. So, okay, so he's still in his 20s. He's played 9 seasons at this point.
LA's up on them 2-0, though. I don't see them winning that series.
Yeah, that stinks. Yeah, but I'd prefer them to win. But yeah,
it would be nice to see them make it far. Yeah,
like I said, I don't really have a dog in the fight. So, Okay, what's next topic?
You got a song, Mark?
'Cause I will wait for you, and I will wait. Next topic. I didn't like that one.
Are you gonna wait for it though? Or are you gonna give us the next topic?
Flawless.
All right, so we're going to talk about another thing near and dear to my heart. The New York Knicks were all in this offseason trading 6 first-round picks, a pick swap, and 2 core members of their starting lineup to pick up Karl Anthony Towns and Mikal Bridges. A literal fortune in trade capital got them 0 points in the fourth quarter on the Monday night and a home loss against the 6-seeded Detroit Pistons. Towns, the superstar, finished the game with 10 points on 11 shots. He took just 3 of those shots in the second half, missing them all. Mikal Bridges was no better. While the box score shows 18 points, Bridges went 3 for 11 in the fourth quarter from 3, missing many late conversions in a game that was tied with only a minute to go. So I ask again, with 42 minutes played by the Knicks' entire bench, and tonight's win aside, which almost fell apart, no sign of Precious Achiuwa, and only 4 minutes from the stellar Cameron Payne, who looked very good in Game 1, can the Knicks advance past this state and the Detroit Pistons under Tom Thibodeau?
Well, I mean, they got their win tonight.
Yeah, they'll pass
they did.
The Pistons.
They did, and they looked better, because Jalen Brunson passed the ball. But, I don't know if a team that plays their starters 40 minutes a game can win the NBA playoffs. I don't know. I don't think so, honestly.
Can I interject some, plays devil advocate for you guys to think? I mean, yeah, they're now up 2-1, but in regular season they're 1-3 against Detroit. Although I'm not sure about the last loss, if that was like late in the season and New York wasn't playing for anything or not. Maybe you may know more about that. I just didn't know.
I think Brunson was out. I think Brunson was hurt that game.
Yeah, Brunson.
Okay, yeah, so
Brunson missed probably 15 games towards the end of the season.
Okay, yeah. So we'll just say 1 and 2, just for the sake of argument. So yeah. They I mean, Detroit has played the Knicks in New York well. There's close tonight. They clearly do give them trouble. They've definitely improved a lot since last season, and they have a good head coach, in my opinion. So I do think Detroit could pull off the upset theoretically. I'm not saying they will. I'm just saying it's not a pot. Would you put your life on that, saying they would? There's 0% chance.
I would put my life on it.
Yeah, exactly.
I would bet a bottle of scotch.
We're 3 games in. Every game has been decided in the last minute.
Mm-hmm. I think this series is going to go at least 6. I actually think it's going to go 7 games, though. And if the bench continuously plays like a tenth of the game, and all the starters are playing like 40+ minutes a game, obviously that's not sustainable. We've seen this movie before, John.
Yeah,
okay?
I've seen this movie before. I know how it ends. We win the first round, and then everyone's broken. And this year, we're not playing the Pacers, and the Pacers were good last year. We're playing the fucking Celtics. God damn it.
Speaking of disappointing new additions, they've been especially disappointing against the Celtics. I mean, Cat hasn't really shown up in those games, if I remember
Top
correctly.
3 teams this year, the Lakers were big 0 in wins.
Well, we're talking about the Knicks, but yes, you're right. The Knicks have not beaten the Cavs in 2025. They have not beaten the Celtics in 2025, and they have not beaten the Thunder in 2025. So we are 0-10 against the top 3 teams in basketball.
Now, I think if... Go ahead, Matt.
No. I was just going to make a joke about how, you think they're going to be, 0-14, or would you want to try to get one or 2 wins?
I want one.
I think the Knicks could get at least 1 victory against the Celtics, potentially 2, because the Knicks are a decent team. They're not going to get swept by the Celtics. Especially if Tatum and Brown are both like not really 100% right now.
But I do think the Celtics do get up for games against New York. Like, even like during those stretch of the season that probably didn't matter as much. Like, they played like crap. Like, that stretch like in January they just. I think they hit.
Porzingis is an animal against the Knicks. He loves facing his former team.
Yeah, so like they play like crap for like.
And assuming he doesn't get hit in the head again, he'll be fine.
Yeah, he plays like crap for like 2 or 3 games. Play the Knicks, and then they just turn it up to make sure they kick their asses. And then it's like, okay, now we don't have to try hard again. I really do think they get up to play the Knicks. So I think they just enjoy playing beating the Knicks. So I think if the Knicks do get 1, it's gonna just be 1.
I mean, even worse than game 2, the Knicks bench played 36 minutes tonight.
That's too much.
Oh, fuck. No, it's not. 36 minutes.
How many players was that?
1, 2, 4 players.
The
lowest starter played 38.
So I see what you're saying. So they didn't have enough. They don't have enough depth, basically, right? So like,
but they do.
They do. But this
okay, so they're just not.
This is Tibbs' MO. He doesn't play the full.
So Pete, to catch you up,
that's unfortunate.
There's 48 minutes in a basketball game.
Yes.
4 12-minute quarters, right?
A total of 240 minutes for the whole team for 5 players to play.
5 players play at a time, a total of 240 minutes.
That's a lot of minutes.
And so
we're throwing numbers.
Thank you, Mark.
So for the whole bench to not play it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that does seem a little bit. I mean, okay, granted, they don't get tire out as fast as hockey players do, right? So you're not constantly shifting lines.
Yeah, but they do. They do.
They
right?
should.
Yeah, I mean, and they're just running back and forth on the court constantly.
Yeah,
it's gonna get you winded.
For sure.
It's gonna get you winded. Like, it's a lot of energy they're expending.
Yeah, I mean, it's like playing halfback in soccer. Like, you better be a fucking really well conditioned endurance runner to last that long. And right, with only 5 players on the court at any time, I know a basketball court's fairly small, but you're still, like John said, you're always moving. So like, wouldn't you want to have fresh legs out there, or at least just to rest your starters for a couple minutes?
Like a lot of grinding, because there's a lot of pushing and there's a lot of shoving and there's a lot of jumping and people land on each other. And you twist your ankle and you jam your fingers. I mean, like that happens a lot.
Yeah,
even these guys.
And
I don't know if you guys. Oh yeah, I was just gonna say I don't know if you watch the games, but like you can, like by like 5 minutes left in the first quarter, you can see these guys like dripping with sweat already. Like it's it's exhausting. The fact that he doesn't want to get fresh legs out there more often just makes no sense. Yeah, he's going to drive this team in the ground.
Yeah, and to John's point, he's talking about the freakish, like sprained ankles, twisted things. Like when you get a little tired, that's when those kind of injuries happen, because you're not
100%.
You're no longer like you have to think too much, and the second you do that, you no longer rely on instinct, and that's right.
It's not even that. Your body just reacts differently when it's tired.
Yeah, right. You may overcompensate 5% more strain on one ligament, and then boom, there goes the other one, right?
So sorry, John, your team is gonna die to the Celtics.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, I expect it, but
however, I want to end this on some good news because the Giants.
Oh, got
their man.
Yeah, I've been waiting. I wanted
the 25th pick. Yes, Pete. I applaud you for holding on to that.
I was very patient.
I just looked. It happened.
It happened.
To
much aplomb, they traded back into round 1 with Houston and got Jackson Dart. So Giants double dipping in the first round to get the best edge rusher. And a honestly very athletically gifted QB. Seems like
the Giants have potentially won this draft.
And he's friends with Eli Manning.
Do you feel better about Joe Shane now? Or does he still have a lot of ground to make up?
Listen, I got the 2 guys I wanted. This draft can do whatever it wants now. I got the 2 guys I wanted.
There you go. Congratulations,
other people.
The Giant, at the very least,
offensive linemen.
Nah, fuck it.
At the very least, they're going to be very exciting to watch next year.
Fuck it. Does Russ start the season?
Of course.
Probably, right?
I think he does.
Yeah.
Because he's Russ.
But
James is going to win the job, though.
One bad game.
Because you know what he'll do? He's just going to throw it to neighbors like at least 20 times a game.
Yeah, one bad game.
Jameis Winston's going to throw it to the other team.
Sorry.
And neighbors.
No. He's going to throw it to neighbors, and then the defense will catch on that he's only throwing it to neighbors.
8 touchdowns a game. It doesn't matter what team catches it. He just wants to throw touchdowns.
Yeah, so, okay. Yeah, one bad game by Russell, and you know that
Russ is gonna die behind that offensive line.
Yeah, I know, because he no longer has the legs, right? So Brian Dable will bench him immediately and give Dart a shot. That's what I was trying to say.
I don't think he's gonna have a chance to bench him. I seriously think Russell Wilson's gonna die behind that offensive line.
It's possible. John,
they're gonna have to have like a ceremony. Like I'm sorry, we killed you accidentally, Russell Wilson, but Jameis Winston, you have to start the second half now.
All right, John, I have a correction for you to make then. At one point earlier, I referenced the Bills GM as incorrectly as the Giants head coach and former Bills OC, Brian Dable. I should have said Brandon Beane. So can you insert Brandon Beane?
No.
Oh, come on.
No. That feels like a lot of work.
I'll just keep saying it so it'll be throughout the podcast, and when you find it, you'll be like, oh yeah, I should probably cut that and move it in place of me saying Brian Dable.
Generally, when we say stupid shit, I just get rid of it. It's a lot easier.
We'd like to thank another fake sponsor, Quasar Clean Robot Vacuums. Dirt fears are highly sophisticated robot vacuums. Quasar Clean, we do the work while you relax like royalty.
Speaking of robot vacuum cleaners, I heard no, this is legit. I heard an advertisement that there is literally a robot vacuum cleaner that has an arm that now will declutter your house so you don't have to do it before the robot vacuums.
So it like grabs your socks and puts it on top of it?
We've achieved the ultimate level of laziness when your robot vacuum has a fucking robot arm that declutters your house for you first.
Wait, how does the robot vacuum know what's clutter and like not like a cat?
I don't know. Actually, that'd be hilarious.
AI!
Clutter. cat.
Yeah, so
And
we're
it's-
getting a little bit we're getting a little bit closer, getting Rosie in the house, like from the Jetsons, right there. I think that's the next step after that.
I
And
wouldn't be mad at that.
yeah, well, though,
Meet
Mark, I will
George
say,
Jetson.
the fake quasar vacuum. I mean, then you said when you rest, put your feet up like royalty. That has nothing to do with quasars. Like the catchphrase should have something to do
Listen,
with
it's AI, Matt. What do you want to
title right there?
All right, ready?
Yep.
Yes.
Matt, this is for you. Ready?
Yeah, okay.
Well, boys, next topic. Next topic. That was
Nice.
Gangnam Style, by the way.
I specifically asked for that one
Oh.
right there. That was yes.
Whoop, whoop,
That was the song I was thinking about when I said the
Next
year.
topic.
So it's no secret the fans are not advocates for NFL officials, especially with seemingly wrong calls constantly being made during big moments. Despite a report by the Tufts Daily claiming that the NFL officials are 98.9% accurate all the time. Now, perhaps to win over their fans, the NFL cut loose 3 referees after last season due to accountability issues. Although none of them had more than 3 years' experience in their respective roles, and none of them were head referees. In addition, the NFL announced the Chain Gang will no longer be a thing, and they will use Jeremy Renner's and Haley Steinfeld's favorite camera-based technology, known as Hawkeye. So everyone, do we feel better or worse about NFL officiating after these changes?
I don't care. Next topic.
You broke John. Hey, okay. Were the 3 people they fired the ones that didn't give the Bills a first down, or the ones that gave the Chiefs a catch when it wasn't a catch? And the
No,
AFC?
no. I guess there was controversy in a Pittsburgh game.
Fucking. Then they fired the wrong people. Next
Were they
topic.
all the ones were they all the ones employed by the Kansas City Chiefs? I'm going to re-ask the question the same way.
Thank you, John.
No. So keep it, so I that brings up an interesting kind of subtopic. So if Hawkeye was doing the first down yardage, would Josh Allen have gotten a first down?
Yes.
Yeah, there
Yes,
were a
he
lot.
got the first down.
They showed an overhead camera
He had
angle
the
where the
first
ball
down.
was a
He
good
was-
like 4 or 5 inches across the line.
clearly.
The one thing I don't
it
get
was a
about
big-
this is
It was
so
close.
that like is Hawkeye going to be like not only on the ball, but is it also going to be like when the knee comes down or when a shin comes down?
That's a good
Like how is he
question.
going to be able to correlate like where the ball is versus when the ball is actually
Could you do that with
when the player's down?
So like, okay, if you have an electric chip in the ball that runs a small electric current, and the person's body when in possession has kind of completes a circuit, and then when they're grounded on the ground, that's when the
that
circuit
just sounds like
breaks.
we're electrocuting the players.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's-
low
What were you gonna say,
voltage, low
That's
voltage.
gonna violate that's gotta violate something.
That's got to be
Oh,
collectively
I mean,
bargained.
okay, low voltage. They won't
mean-
even know.
Listen, Amazon is already doing micro data transactions on literally everything that happens. I mean, there are gyroscopes in the balls and GPS in the balls and GPS in. I mean, everything is marked.
But again,
and
that's the
tracked.
ball.
Yeah.
That's the
No,
ball.
but everything is
Yeah,
marked and
so-
tracked already with like hyper cameras
The
and like
ball for
slow
sure,
motion.
yes. But I
mean,
guess
they're-
Mark's wondering though about like people like. All I could say is like you get faster and faster frame rate cameras, right? So you can really more cameras, higher frame rates to see that part of it. But right,
There's not like there's not like a lack of cameras on an NFL field.
no, but the frame rate sometimes is a little shady on them. Like you need those like 240
Camera
hertz
technology is
cameras, right?
getting better.
Yeah, but like an HD camera in the pylons that is like at least 120 frames a second. So when they slow it down, it's not like
I mean, as an example, I think
that's a
that
visual.
the
You won't get an
robot
audio
umps,
podcast.
the robot umps in the MLB for the preseason worked really well. The only thing
Yeah.
that I think sucked a little bit is that the players being able to call their own recalls was like super distracting to game flow.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say, personally, I actually don't think the refs' problems are typically when contact is made with the ground. I actually think they do a pretty good job determining that. It is mostly just positioning. So, Mark, to answer your question, it's just not the biggest concern when it comes to refereeing. In my,
I'm not as
for that sort of play.
I'm not as hugely concerned about the first down yardage in all seriousness. I'm a little worried the fact that they're just completely getting rid of human beings altogether, essentially with it. I'm hoping that there's going to be some kind of human being like override with regards.
Yeah, in New York.
Well, yeah, I mean,
on CBS Sports
there's a guy-
watching.
Yeah, but how many times do you go back to
Sky.
that? I'm sure there's going to be a rule about that. I mean, do you get another challenge now because of this? I mean, just completely going from human beings to automation, I think is a little bit of a mistake, especially considering we don't know how this technology works yet. They didn't even try it in a preseason.
Wait. However, they're not taking they're not removing ref though. They're just stopping the pylon thing, right? So it's like no one's lost their job to automation in this case.
I guess.
I mean, maybe they may try go in that direction. I'm not saying that will never happen. I'm just saying I don't think this is the case. And I think this is an issue. It goes well beyond just officiating.
Yeah,
I don't know. As I typically like to say in situations like this, let's just assume that the Hawkeye technology never gets a call wrong. Let's just assume that we're always to the inch.
Okay.
To the inch. It's always perfect. And I mean, to be honest, if they're going to put it in full time, I bet it's close. Because they wouldn't just put it in. But if
it's got to be better than it was
never
the last
gets
time
anything wrong, why would we need refs?
I'm more
I mean, there's
worried
more
about
than just that for refs.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other stuff you got to watch that a chip on a ball can't really cover. There's too many rules.
And will cameras be able to rule what pass interference is?
Because there's a shit ton of player-to-player contact that is flaggable offenses that unless you put
I don't
chips
think that's
in
what
every
Hawkeye's,
single player's hands.
I don't think that's what Hawkeye's for.
But we're talking about the state of refereeing in general.
Okay.
No. We're talking about the state of refereeing in general. So I'm more concerned about the 3 refs that got fired. They seem like scapegoats to me because they were 3 somewhat inexperienced referees that got let go.
Yeah. But
but I mean, sometimes if mistakes at the job are really that bad, I mean, regardless of experience,
how do you safeguard against referees being in the Kansas City Chiefs pocket? Because that's what the running gag was last year.
Yeah, I do get it. And
somebody sneezed on Patrick Mahomes, 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, that's just gotta go.
I think that's been the direction the league's been going in ever since they started prioritizing protecting the quarterback. They started changing the rules to favor the offense more. That's just kind of how they've been doing it, which I kind of agree with Tom Brady's comments on that. I think it's been dumbing down the game too much, and the game is not as complex or interesting to watch sometimes. That's a bit.
I mean, every sport favors offense. Offense is exciting. We want touchdowns and home runs. We want big hits, and I mean, that's how every
defense.
But I just this is the thing that people watch.
Big hits in baseball.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's what we want. So
I don't see big hits in baseball.
Final thoughts. We're out of time.
I'm pissed that the 2 players that I was hoping the Bills could pick at 30 just went to Ravens and Detroit respectively. Oh, this topic, yes. No, I think I'm excited to see it. I'm done with the chain gang. But it doesn't replace all refereeing for NFL. Could this be?
I think you're going to need human beings to referee NFL games.
Could this be a start to where? And this is something.
Unless players just have sensors all over their body.
Why not?
Yeah. I think it'll get there. I mean, you already have some. Honestly, in training camp and stuff, they do have sensors for analytic purposes to measure. Hydration levels, expenditure levels, they do that to track athletes' overall health.
I think if you put sensors, if you put that many sensors in players' bodies, then every play is going to have a holding call and pass interference.
Yeah, probably. I think you'd have to change the rules at that point. But could we at least? So there's one thing I always agreed on with Bill Belichick on, and it was the one time that he proposed: can we have every single penalty challengeable? The stupid pass interference ones that are subjective, that are bullshit calls, and it. And now the sky judge or whatever.
Oh, you mean? All right. I thought you meant like unlimited challenges.
No.
I mean,
you still have two challenges per team per half, but you can. If there's a bullshit call or a stupid roughing the passer call, you can challenge that and make them have to say to your face that the obviously stupid call is going to be upheld. Like,
I think every play should be challengeable, and even the ones where referees blow the whistle.
Yep.
Because what if they blow the whistle at a wrong time?
Yep. Now, when the
Then
Bills
the play is fucked. You should just be able to replay the down.
Right.
I think.
Now,
guys.
when the Bills sucked and the Patriots were great, I didn't like that because. But now that the tables have turned, I'm fine with what Belichick said.
We got to move on, guys. It's 11:20, and we have 2 questions to do.
All right.
Okay, let's do it.
I can't believe that Shadur Sanders is still available. By the way.
Well,
That is actually surprising.
Second round, baby.
them's the shakes.
All right.
Yeah, also, apparently, Memphis is striking back against OKC. They're up big.
We have 3 topics, by the way. All right.
Go.
Either Lumineers or Iconics.
No, we don't.
Yes,
I have 2 left, and you just went.
Yeah, Mark.
Oh, I'm
John,
sorry. You're right. No.
John went
Wait.
twice in a row at the start of the show.
No, I
Because of
didn't.
Mark's tech issues. I thought.
No,
I didn't.
You didn't?
I have 3. I have 3.
I
left,
just went. You have 2. You have 2 left.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
we do have
it's
3 left.
Yeah, he's right. You get 3.
All right.
left.
Okay.
Lumineers or Iconics?
Focus the fuck up.
I asked a question.
Sing a song.
I have 2 next topic songs to choose from.
Stop slacking.
Fine.
Lumineers.
Go ahead. That's what I was choosing. I belong with you. You belong with me. It's next topic. I belong with you. You belong with me. It's next topic. Hey!
Hey!
Ho! All right, that's it.
Hey! Ho! Okay.
So to split up the Knicks adjacent topics, because I do have a Knicks adjacent one, this Sunday marks the return of the max hit, The Last of Us. And so for anyone who lives under a rock, the show and the game it's based on tells the story of 10 years after the world is ended by a fungal infection that creates zombie-like creatures out of anyone that gets bitten by them. So while season 2 is following part 2 of the game sequel very, very closely, I will not give any spoilers, even though that happened like 3 years ago. However, I did stand for the last 15 minutes of this weekend's episode. So with real stakes, intense physical and emotional trauma, The Last of Us continues to be awesome. So is this because of great source material and them staying loyal to it, and our shows that do this better, and why?
Yes!
Yes.
For the love of God, yes! Stick to the fucking source material.
Well, I will ask if they're sticking to the source material. Will we get a Last of Us remastered in a couple more years?
Sure, why not?
It's a great joke,
yeah.
Matt. It's a great
That's
joke.
good.
I thought so.
That would be better than them being like, I think I'm smarter than the people that wrote the original story. I'm going to make it different for no reason.
Here's the fucking thing. They go, just like Game of Thrones did before it went to shit, they go and they get the guy who wrote it. So the director of Last of Us, literally the writer, is a showrunner on the show.
Yes.
They're doing the same fucking thing.
Right.
It is so goddamn good. It's so good.
Everyone else there,
It's so good.
and a few other people that are there, you know, watch this, see the reaction when you follow the fucking recipe, and please imitate.
There's a reason why. Yeah, there's a reason why these things are popular. I do hate it when shows go like off the source material. And
By the way,
it's
Pete's
like,
talking about Wheel of Time, if anybody hasn't realized yet.
Oh, that could be a good grinds my gears. Grinds my pulse.
Yeah. So the source material is good. The show's gonna be good. I mean, stick to it. It was successful for a reason. That's what they signed on for. That's what people are watching for. Just stick with the source material. That's what I think.
Yeah.
So Pedro Pascal tells a funny story where
Sure.
he took this role knowing what would happen. If anyone hasn't watched it yet, I won't spoil it, but something bad happens. And so he took this role knowing, because it's common public knowledge, because everyone knows what happened in The Last of Us Part 2. And he was like, yes. And so what else also he did is the girl who's playing Abby is the protagonist in Last of Us Season 2. She signed on. She was actually cast for Abby in the movie they were going to do a few years ago that didn't make it. And it was pretty cool of the showrunners to let her still be Abby, because she already prepped for it. She was already ready.
That's
She did a
cool.
really...
Is she the love interest, also the main girl in the first season?
No.
No. Okay. All right.
Okay, first season, so you're caught up.
Yep.
Abby is the daughter of the doctor in the Fireflies that he kills.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
And obviously Pete doesn't know what happens, and he
don't.
doesn't know how the game works out. So
I did
I'm
not
not
play
going to
the
say
games.
anything.
I've wanted to. It was one of those ones that was like on a short list of games, and I just never had time to play it.
But Abby is the daughter of the doctor in the Firefly camp.
Fascinating.
We all know how that turns out. She's upset. She's upset.
Abby was also a little throwback. It was the daughter in Tim Allen's sitcom Last Man Standing. So
Really?
I know her from that. She started off very young in that one.
Okay.
But she's had a couple of good roles since.
What else is pretty cool is that because of how poorly it goes, Pedro Pascal took some like chummy pictures on set with Abby so that the world wouldn't hate her. And he did that on purpose because he's like kind of a wonderful person, I think.
Pedro Pascal is it sounds like he's
dude.
one of the nicest people in Hollywood. Yeah.
Yep. By the way, did you guys see?
Although also one of the most scared, I think, if all the stuff about Fantastic Four is accurate. Him and Vanessa Kirby kind of like.
Oh, no, he definitely has. He has an anxiety disorder. Vanessa Kirby holds his hand frequently.
Oh.
Yeah, I heard about that. Did you guys see the Magnificent Weight of Unbearable Talent, that Nicolas Cage movie?
Was Pedro in that too? I gotta
He
watch
was.
that.
He played He was a rich guy who was really obsessed with Nicolas Cage because Nicolas Cage plays himself in that movie.
Yep. Yes.
So pretty much he hires him to like act out his movie. That it was so funny. I love that movie.
It is pretty funny.
It's very good.
It's a good movie. Okay. I just want to get my Pedro Pascal love out of the way.
No, that's all right. He's awesome. No, he's been in everything that he's in is good. I feel like
my wife has a crush on him.
It's fair. That's
understandable.
Fair.
He's a handsome man.
He's a very handsome man. Even as he's portraying a 60-year-old man in The Last of Us. He's still.
She goes, "You are handsome."
Yeah,
Good for
they
you.
actually say it in the show too.
I will also say in my first VFX job, I rotoed his hair.
Oh, nice. Super cool.
So there you go.
Pete, your life is weird.
It is very weird.
All right, final thoughts. Watch The Last of Us. It's the best show on television.
It's only or episode 2 of the second season.
Yeah, so I know what happens in the game. It's gonna get more fucked up.
Did you play them, John? Because I know that you managed to play a lot of console games in your Xbox.
No, it's a what's it face? A Sony exclusive. So I did not play them, but I do have the internet.
Okay, so you know the story already.
I do.
Okay.
I do. Especially that I'm going down the route. See, TikTok has this way of showing you things when you look up things, and so TikTok is essentially being like, well, this is how it goes.
So here's
cool.
Here's the thing, though. So John, you know the story, and it's being faithfully reproduced, so you kind of know what's going to happen, and you still enjoy it a lot because it's a really good fucking story.
It's so good.
Okay, thank you. Now, again, showrunners that try to deviate from the source material, please listen to this example. just take it in.
Okay. All right. We can't beat that ending, so.
Other 1993 Super Mario Brothers movie?
Okay, well that was so different.
Super Mario Super
cool
Show
in a bad way.
Or was it the Mortal Kombat movie they had in the 90s?
I don't.
I remember.
Wait a second.
At least Johnny Cage did the ball punch. No, that was Street Fighter.
Jean-Claude was M. Bison.
Yeah, that was the Street Fighter one.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Street Fighter. Yeah,
Street Fighter.
Fighter.
No, but at least Johnny Cage in the Mortal Kombat movie did the ball punch to Goro, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, they had
I
that
like
in
the
there.
new movies, but they're not good. They're going to be as good as the Naked Gun movie.
Oof.
Hey.
All right.
Sorry, bro.
That would make them amazing right there. The source material for that's fantastic.
There you go.
All right, fucking
Next
11:28. 2 questions. Let's roll, bitches.
Yeah, we got this.
Hey, I just met you. Oh no, that's crazy. But here's next topic. Just call it maybe.
Okay, I will.
Oh, I lost my note last time. All right, it's time for me to bum everyone out. Let's get political. I wanna get political. Let's get it political.
No one likes when you do that, Mark.
I love it.
I liked the song.
I love it, Mark. Do not listen to him.
The 43rd president announced a slew of new tech. Is he the 40th? No, he's the 45th. announced a slew of tariffs earlier this month in which he had donned Liberation Day. Since then, we've seen financial portfolios plummet at levels we haven't seen since the pandemic. Now, while we've since seen some backtracking on both fronts, the administration hasn't backed off countries like Canada, Mexico, and especially China, where they raised the tariff to 145%. With an overwhelming majority of U.S. consumer products being either manufactured overseas or having most of their raw materials crossing borders, prices are most likely going to go up on everything. So everyone, how will our personal spending be affected with the current state of the economy and the threat of future tariffs?
We were talking about this yesterday, Mark. Something people do have to remember is when you increase the cost of foreign goods, its purpose is to encourage the purchasing of domestic goods, but those costs will also go up because why leave that extra money on the table when you don't have to? So
I mean,
Shit rolls downhill.
tariffs are a tax on the middle class.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd say,
I mean,
I'd say so.
Because tariffs is a tax on everyone. I mean,
well, no, but poor people don't buy things, and rich people don't pay.
Rich people don't pay
that's-
taxes, so yeah.
And rich people don't pay taxes.
Well, rich people are still buying things, though.
Yeah, but they have so much freaking money, it doesn't matter.
However, Mark,
it really doesn't.
Okay, how many pizzas can one person eat?
Right.
Whether you're rich or poor,
And-
you're going to eat the same amount of pizza. Assuming,
Yeah,
so.
And if
John's
we're
right.
really-
This affects the consumer class, which is the middle
And if
class.
we're really breaking it down, Trump threatening tariffs and then taking them away, he's insider trading for his rich buddies.
Oh yeah,
I mean, that's all he's doing.
No, his rich buddies were mad at this too.
Now,
No, Mark, you missed something. The other day in the White House, he had Charles Schwab and then someone else. They were talking about, oh, this guy made like 900 million, and this guy Chuck Schwab, he made like 2 billion there. I bet you didn't know he was a real guy. You thought he was just a company. Like that's
yeah, I don't.
Right. And they asked them, they said, are you market manipulating? And they're like, no, we're not. They're like, well, it seems like you are. And the fucking Democrats, they just don't stick to their guns and be pissed off at people. They're like, they just ask obvious questions. And then they don't get answers, and then they listen. I'm
it's really
so
dumb.
sick of it all. I'm sick of it all.
Let's go back to the topic. Sorry, Matt. Let's go back to the topic because I asked us how this was going to affect our personal spending. Now, the thought or the inspiration for this question came about when Matt and I were talking yesterday of what's a purchase you're about to do, Matt.
Looking to get a Switch 2. That's
exactly.
That's
topic.
Well, they're sold out, so it's fine.
When these tariffs were first announced, they delayed the launch of the Switch 2 because of the tariffs.
They did. They delayed pre-orders.
They delayed the pre-orders. The launch was still kept the same date.
I'm sorry,
but still, no. It did cause some controversy. The cost may go up. Like we did talk about the Switch 2, Matt, in an earlier episode. That was one of my other things. I'm very excited for it, but I agree. This whole tariffs thing has really mired it in controversy.
By the way, there's a misconception. There are some people who think the Switch 2 was going to go up because of the tariffs of China. Switch 2s designated for the U.S. are manufactured in Vietnam, so they avoid that. Vietnam had a 9%.
Well, Vietnam still has a tariff.
Yeah, but it was 9% before, and it just went up to 10%. So.
Okay.
It was going to be like 36, and now it's down to 10.
It was like 46, I think. Yeah, but then it was dropped down to the 10.
But
if we think about this broadly, right? And what the Chinese market did when the tariffs were announced, we're like, well, all that stuff that you buy that you think's from Italy, we make that. We make everything.
Oh, yeah.
We make everything. And you know what we're going to do? Because we have a direct chatbot into the American market via TikTok, which you're allowing. We're just going to sell it to you on TikTok. You want a Gucci bag for $9? Here, it's a Gucci bag. We just haven't sent it to Italy. We haven't sent it to Italy yet.
Yeah, China would still make the profit, right?
We haven't sent it to Italy yet.
However, it's not just that. It's also the other end, too. China's like, oh, well, we're not going to get this stuff from America anymore, or the United States anymore. Hey, Brazil, your, what are those beans? So your soybeans, you want to do that. We were supplying China with most of their soybeans. Soybean farmers are getting killed now because China's going to have a soybean deal with Brazil, and all other industries that we were sending over there, or products we're sending over there, they're just going to go other places. So it's going to weaken our,
The Chinese government has said on the record, China has existed for 5,000 years before the United States was a thing, and will exist for 5,000 years after. And I believe them. By the way,
also the U.S. was never a global superpower when it was in its isolationist stage in the 19th fucking century. Like, this is way backwards, and it's not a smart thing that a globally dependent world and economy should be doing right now. It's weird.
Well, it's created a trade war with China, right? And China's doing the retaliatory.
Yeah, and that's not that's not something the U.S. can win.
No. China has so many more people. They control the value of their currency as well. Also, I was going to add typically when you do set up tariffs, like tariffs aren't blanket bad. They're a viable way to encourage domestic production of a product. And
they've always been around. Okay. They've always been around too.
Matt, if you're targeting a very specific product,
yes, that's what. Yeah, I agree.
That we have the infrastructure to produce already, which we don't,
or at least that's a specific goal to do. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the next point. Is you set it up first, and then you impose the tariffs. You don't impose the tariffs and then work backwards.
Yeah.
Like, it was just so. And then of course, everyone around them has to, even though they know it's stupid, they have to pretend they agree with them because you don't want to get on the base's bad side. That's because you had the threat of Elon Musk money to be able to flood any primary for someone who will back
and still lose,
unquestionably. Yeah. So, but how Elon Musk has such negative partisanship now because of his role in Doge, is really going to be interesting to see exactly how some of these elections turn out. And I'm kind of curious, what messaging will the Democrats use? How will the Republicans? Are they going to try to pass legislation to make them look better, to try to get people to forget this kind of rough patch here?
They're gonna.
If we believe that a lot of federal employees are conservative, and they are, firing a lot of federal employees after you promise them, great again, firing a lot of them, firing a lot of veterans who work for a lot of veterans work for military subcontractors.
No, in the federal government. Yeah, the federal government is the largest employer of veterans. I think it was like a quarter to a third of their workforce is veterans. So you're definitely cutting off veterans' jobs right there. And
taking away their benefits, taking away their health care. I mean, I saw today that Trump's approval rate's down in the 30s. It's 38%.
It's been dropping.
But maybe he doesn't give a shit, because I don't think he gives a shit.
I don't think he does.
Well, yeah, I think he kind of just wants to.
We're out of time. We're out of time.
Okay.
We're out of time. But real quick, let's answer the question.
I think have it.
Do we feel like these tariffs are going to affect our spending?
No.
Yes or no?
No. Most people don't try to.
We all make enough money that it doesn't matter.
I think it will.
Let's be honest.
Wait, do you mean us specifically, or like
yes, you specifically, as in like Matt, you specifically? Do you feel?
I like that you came back to the question that none of us cares about 3 times, Mark.
I know.
You're just like, but the question though.
I do think a little bit, John, and it may be in ways we don't even realize. Like there may be like some subtle shadow price increases. I knew we were going to talk about the tariffs. I knew we were going to talk about the tariffs. And there, there's going to be some products that we buy every day, like groceries, certain things that are going to have their prices raised and be like, well, tariffs. And it's like, actually, that came from a country that's not tariffed. Well, tariffs. And it's like, so you just raise the price.
Are you going to stop, Peter? Are you going to stop buying ghee butter?
But that wasn't the question. Wasn't the question will it affect us?
The question that Mark really cares about is, are you going to change your buying habits?
Oh, I mean,
we're not, because we're upper middle class folk, and I make enough money not to change my buying habits. Besides, like, don't go out to eat 3 times a week, because obviously I can't afford that anymore.
Right. For some things, yes, but for some things, no. Right. There's stuff. Right. You're right. We make enough money where we wouldn't, but
I have to mention this. So I don't think necessarily.
And Mark just went to Mexico. Mark,
I don't
you're
think
not going to change your buying
necessarily
habits.
we are. Listen, I didn't say I was going to, but listen. I don't think we are necessarily the stereotypical consumers.
I don't think so.
From what and I think this doesn't necessarily affect groceries, but this is definitely affecting big purchases because
Yes.
as a realtor, I've been seeing more people kind of stay where they are because they're afraid of what's going to happen. And I will say this. Construction especially is going to get affected by these tariffs, especially from Canada, because we get a huge amount of our lumber and our aluminum from Canada. So new construction is just going to go.
We fucked the steel industry too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Steel's fucked.
So for bigger things, this as from a macroeconomics perspective, it's going to affect the economy.
Oh yeah. But when I asked you of the royal us or us specific, you said us specifically. So, that's why my answer did depend on So little things, maybe I will change some habits. Maybe don't buy 4 drinks when I go out. Buy 2 or 3, something like that.
Oh, you won't.
Well,
I don't believe
John.
Just have me buy that 4th drink for you, man.
Matt will go out with the intention of only buying 2 or 3.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
First of all, no, because I'll probably just invest in edibles and I'll pop one of those.
From a non-tariff source.
Buy local. Good job.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly.
Homegrown.
Buy
weed.
local.
Right.
Hey, Mark.
Next topic.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you know what time it is? Mark knows what time it is.
Dude.
It's the final topic. It's so fucking late now.
Yeah.
But I mean, we did a little better. We started
pretty late.
No,
Yeah.
we really lagged in the middle because we also like
I had technical difficulties.
We went through the middle really fast, the beginning really fast.
I started as late.
I added extra topics.
Yeah, Matt's adding extra stuff.
All right.
It was on me.
Even though this is Knicks adjacent, I thought it was cool. Amen and Osar Thompson, now 22, are the first twins in league history to be drafted in the top 5 in the NBA. Amen was drafted number 4 by the Rockets, and Osar followed at number 5. And the boys had this plan since they were 9, writing their NBA dreams on a 10-step vision board and committing to daily work towards that goal. They're both now making their playoff debuts in their second season. Osar helping his Detroit Pistons with their first playoff win in 17 years. Sorry, Knicks fans. Not to mention going from 14 wins in 23-24 to 44 this season. So with built-in competition their whole lives, how does having a twin training partner impact your pro sports dreams? And with both of them being athletic freaks of nature, do we expect them to continue to be impactful NBA stars?
Well, I mean, if you're have free access like your whole life to a world-class athlete, and you get to practice and train against them, yeah, it's going to make you better. That's just kind of how practicing works. NBA players practice with each other all the time now. And as for much, them being twins, man, I'm not a twin. I don't know. I can't tell you. Not the first time we've seen twins get drafted very high together. We had the Sedin twins, both drafted by the same team, actually. So
nice.
And that's even, yeah. They went 2 and 3 right there because of some trade shenanigans. The Canucks got both of them, and the Bruins stopped them from getting their Stanley Cup. So that's pretty sweet. Yeah. So.
I think competition and the boys, notably in interviews, are and always were very competitive. Their father notes that they also used to fight, so he had to stop them playing one-on-one because they used to physically fight each other.
But yeah, you have access to a world-class athlete. You're training with them. You're both improving as they get older, get more experience, they're getting more improved. So yeah, I do think it will. We'll just have to kind of wait out their careers and see how it goes.
And what I think what's also really interesting is last season, while the Pistons were terrible, the Rockets were pretty good, and so. They really want to be in the NBA Finals against each other. They really want to play and they want to succeed. And I think their relationship is pretty cool. There is an actual vision board. Anybody who wants to look it up in little kid writing, that they want to do things like become the best NBA players, and they wanted to dribble 200 steps backwards and forwards with their shoes off, like all a bunch of like crazy goals. I don't know. I thought it was neat.
That is cool though. Just like if they can both make it into the finals.
John, you're gonna hate me. I'm
What's
gonna shit all over your topic.
Oh no!
Do it, baby.
Oh no!
We needed something to talk about.
This is not something new at all. So, twins in basketball has been a thing for a while now. I mean, you had Marcus and Markieff Morris before, who they've been on multiple teams. You had the Brooke and Robin Lopez. They've been in the. I don't think either of them are in the league now, but they both, two sets of brothers, two sets of twins that have been in the league that had very, very long careers in there. The other thing is that, like, all right, that's great that they're family and they're working out together. Listen, everyone that's a professional level caliber athlete is working out with someone else. They're not really working out with them by themselves, because you're either working, especially if you make it to like the college ranks, then you have if you are in a professional level team in the college ranks, then you're working with other professional level athletes. Like everyone on Duke is going to be in the NBA more than likely. Like Cooper Flagg is working out with other NBA players. So that's great that they're brothers and they're working out together, but that's not a new thing.
Listen, I'm not talking about when they're established athletes. I mean, Cooper Flagg, there's stories of Cooper Flagg with established NBA coaches when he was 14 playing against college players and succeeding. I mean, there's stories of everybody working out with their great coaches. Yeah. But like, unless ESPN is wrong, they are the first two drafted in the top 10 of the NBA draft 2 seasons ago. So I don't think. Deal.
I haven't heard of either of these guys.
So Mark, I think you're overlooking one fact. You know, since they're twins, they can read each other's minds. So it's like they're getting twice as much practice.
But they're on different teams.
Yeah, but
they're on the same team.
Minds, so it's, they're. Oh, well, during the off season when they're doing their workouts with other.
If being a twins was a superpower for professional athletes, so why aren't the Cavender twins in the WNBA?
Because they're women.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not an exaggeration. And by the way, the Cavender twins, both not great at basketball. Both hot, but only one of them is good, and the other one just plays basketball.
So clearly the twin thing means nothing. I told you would hate me.
I don't know. I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong.
I think it, I don't think it means anything. Cool. I don't think it means anything. You told me their names. I don't even remember what you said.
I will say this though, when the McCourty twins, they won that Super Bowl, the first twins to win it on the same team, I thought that was a cool moment. It's like one of those like moments in sports, because of the familial connection.
Yeah.
There's sports families everywhere.
Sure.
Yeah.
The Manning boys,
the brothers. Yeah.
The Manning boys, the Kelsey boys, the Bosa boys.
But they're not. But they're a few years
matters.
apart though. They're not like being twins. I think there might be like some extra connection though that they.
I think that having a professional athlete in your house, having the drive, having the training access, even, I mean, I think it matters, because there are professional sports families all throughout sports, every sport.
I think it helps. I don't think it can hurt to have that close access to someone else who's a world-class athlete. That's just it. But like Mark said, I don't think it's any different than saying if you grew up next door to a friend of yours, you guys were best friends, and you both ended up in the NBA or something like that. So,
have you guys seen those Australian twins that tried to save this man from a burning car, and he ended up being like a big criminal, and he held a gun at him and whatever like that, and they got interviewed by the news, and they were like talking like at the same time.
Whoa.
And yeah, it's really freaky, but it's actually kind of funny in the same thing. And then Jimmy Kimmel had him on his show, and again he interviewed them, and they're like talking at the same time, like twins do in like The Shining and whatever like that. It was really it was really creepy, but really funny. Yeah, it's a twin thing. And they've dressed identically for like their entire lives.
So Mark, land the plane because we're late.
They're like 40, 50 years older, however old they are.
Land the plane, buddy.
Yeah, you can cut all that out, John. So that has been our topic.
That's how it is.
I'm probably not going to.
We will be back next week with our friend Phil Provencher. another kickball person. In the meantime, you can catch up on our old episodes on our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/@iftheseballspod. And don't forget to subscribe to us by tickling that little bell.
Tickle.
We would like to thank our guests for joining us this week. Thank you, Matt.
Thanks, Matt.
Thanks, Matt.
No
You can
problem.
also follow us. You can also follow or like us on our socials at IfTheseBallsPod on X, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, TikTok, and Blue Sky. Our website is www.iftheseballsgoodtalkpod.com. This is Mark Pesci for my partner John Companion and producer Pete Steffen. That's what we feel they would say. If these balls, good luck.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Go Bills.
Maxwell Harrison. Exactly.